Hello everyone, welcome back to the OCD Recovery YouTube channel. Today I have a video that this topic is extremely important. It's been very beneficial for my OCD recovery journey. It's helped me change some of my perspectives, which were definitely in need of changing. And again, when I cover this topic, I do understand how easy it is to forget this, especially when OCD seems all-consuming and it seems as if it's the only thing in your life. But it is important to highlight when you're doing your disputing homework and looking at it through a rational lens that even though you're completely stuck with OCD in the beginning and it seems all-consuming, it's still not the only thing in your life. Even though it may feel like that, because Rob and I highlight so much in other moderators that it will feel as real as it can. So the title of this video is The Positives of the OCD Recovery Journey. Now, look at what I just said. The positives of the OCD recovery journey, not OCD itself. But before I go any further, please share, like this video, let other people know about it. If you're a loved one watching, show this to the sufferer you're working with, anyone like that, because this tiny thing, this little shift in perspective will go a long way, but it's not just going to happen overnight. It takes a little bit of time to actually get there. So the first thing I want to talk about, I got a little list right here, is when we say the positives of OCD, we mean the journey. There's YouTube videos out there titled Benefits of Having OCD, and they talk about, tidiness and organization. That's a very clear misunderstanding about OCD. I'm not mad at people who make those videos. It's just a misunderstanding. Maybe someone with really, really mild OCD, where it's not chronically latched with chronic anxiety and chronic fear and panic attacks all the time, might think there's a benefit to it, but it's not. It's a disorder. There's no benefit to having stage 4 cancer. The benefit comes from the perspective shifts on having cancer and then maybe looking at gratitude in your life, especially people who have terminal cancers. Like my father had stage 4 pancreatic cancer. That's a very terminal cancer. There was no coming back from that. So it is important to realize that certain things don't have benefit. The disorder itself has no benefit, but you have OCD. That's part of the acceptance process, unconditional life acceptance, and then moving forward and realizing that you can take some benefit from it. This is why Man's Search for Meaning is on the reading list, book number 4, I believe, where he breaks down, being in Auschwitz had no benefit. Seeing millions of people die, losing his family had no benefit. But the benefit came from telling his story afterwards, recovering from it, creating logotherapy, and then taking meaning. That's why it's called Man's Search for Meaning. It's a terrific book. So having OCD itself has no benefit, but the journey can have a benefit. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is gratitude and being grateful. So a lot of people will say, and understandably so, that there's no way I can be grateful or have any gratitude when I'm suffering with OCD. And I understand what it's like to be experiencing really severe OCD. I remember being in the mental hospital and thinking, there's nothing to be grateful for. But there was. There's other mental hospitals in, second and third world countries that didn't have it as nice as I did. I got 3 meals a day. I met cool people. I had a safe bed to sleep in. It was actually a decently comfortable bed when I left the intake room, not the mattress on the ground I had for 30 hours in the beginning. But the actual inpatient facility was actually decent. And I met some cool people. So you could take meaning from any situation. It's very important to highlight that, or else you kind of go down that self-pity route, which is completely understandable. But we have to highlight that there is no long-term benefit from self-pity. Never. The ROI is 0. If you fall into some self-pity, it happens. Self-compassion, pull yourself out of it. Number 3, it helped build my frustration tolerance. And this is for everything in life. It helped build my frustration tolerance in my relationships, friendship, personal, family, with Erica, obviously, and with work. Owning my own business. I always just say owning a business because I'm a business owner. Owning my own business, this is the same for anyone, whether you own a business or not. You will have challenges in the workplace. There's far too many people out there that are telling you to avoid these challenges and live this very comfort life and kind of in this shell. I get it. I wanted to do that a lot. If you watch Jade's video, she talks about how she believed she was a homebody, but then once she started to get better, she realized she wasn't really a homebody. The people that I see, OCD or not, again, you can have your own preference, that the way they explain being a homebody, it's usually a couple things. Fear of social anxiety, fear of going out, fear of trying new things. But that's not where life is. Life is not by doing the same thing over and over and over again. Life is about trying new things, at least in the way I see it and the benefits I see with people I work with. That's important. So you're going to have things go wrong at work. You're going to have things go wrong in your relationships, whether it's an intimate relationship, a friendship, your family, your relationship with your dogs. I mean, my dogs would pull me really hard when I was suffering, and I would be like, oh my gosh, they're pulling me again. But that's just because I had a low frustration tolerance. This is kind of in number 3 as well with frustration tolerance, as it helps build my patience and my persistence. Patience and time is the most undervalued aspect of the recovery journey. I have never seen someone fully recover from OCD or an anxiety disorder when they're stuck at the chronic level in a short period of time. That doesn't mean they're not seeing results. It might take a couple months to really kind of change some perspectives, those first few onion layers being peeled off. But you're not going to reach a robust recovery in 2 or 3 months. Maybe with mild OCD, with chronic OCD, never seen it. And that's important to talk about, because there are a lot of people who are just telling you to go with thoughts or thoughts, let things be there. It's not that simple. If it was that simple, I would never have to make a video. But we know that's not the case. So patience is extremely important to work on, and so is balance. The OCD recovery journey has taught me more about balance than any other book I've ever read in my life. Because even though I've read books on habits and balance, they're actually pretty black and white, as much as they don't even realize it. And again, you don't know what you don't know, but people talk about balance, right? They'll be like, balance. Cut everything negative out of your life. That's not balance. Balance is accepting there's negativity in life, accepting you'll more than likely be negative from time to time. Anyone who tells you they're never negative ever is a complete liar. Okay? That is a lot. Them themselves are not a liar, but they are lying about that one thing, because that's not real. No one is in a state of gratitude all the time. Maybe a Tibetan monk or something. But everyone I meet in my life at some point or another will become negative. Now, people that are really negative all the time usually have some poor conditional life beliefs. This should never happen to me. People are stupid and stuff like that. So the last thing I wanted to talk about and to end the video was a robust recovery. The people who have made the most amount of progress on their OCD recovery journey, including myself, I know for myself personally, from how stuck I was in the mental hospital to where I am now, not even 2 years later, coming up on 2 years. May, June, coming up, 22 months, over 22 months now. I've been actively working on recovery, actively, with many ups and downs and relapses. I had to work at unconditional self-life, other acceptance, because if I didn't, the door would be wide open in the future. So unconditional life acceptance that sensory motor could come back at any time. Unconditional other acceptance that people are probably going to cut me off on the road, tell me I'm stupid, disagree with me in my own profession, all sorts of stuff. Unconditional self-acceptance, meaning that it's okay to not, because I was very, 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 very obsessively not healthy with the gym. I see this all the time with my friends. Listen, I love the gym. I think about the gym. I love it. It's one of my favorite parts in the morning, but it is way too unhealthy when you're not doing other things in your life because of the gym. If you're not doing something because you're afraid you're going to lose muscle, this is a huge problem. That is a major problem, and that is something that we see all the time, and something that I had to work on myself. So the robust recovery. So unconditional self-life, other acceptance, super important to break down this stuff. Just let me know what you guys think about this. For me, all the ones on here, I would say the most beneficial thing about the OCD recovery journey was being able to build my frustration tolerance and getting balance with my lifestyle habits. I like to wake up early. I'm a 5 a.m. wake up guy, but sometimes I wake up at 6:30. But I used to berate myself and be like, you can never do that. So let me know if some of these resonate with you. Like I said, gratitude, gratefulness, building your frustration tolerance, even outside, like, work, relationships, patience and persistence, and then building a robust recovery. Because you're not going to build a robust recovery with thoughts or thoughts. You're not going to. If something happens in your life, and again, I want to cover this. People say, Nick, no one's ever telling me thoughts or thoughts, but they are. Let me break it down a little bit. I like breaking this down in a lot of videos. You are not your thoughts. That's thoughts or thoughts. You're a good person. You'd never do that. That means thoughts or thoughts. You're the least likely person to do that. That means thoughts or thoughts. Let the thoughts just be there going one ear and out the other. That's thoughts or thoughts. Those 4 things I see all the time on social media, OCD, anxiety accounts. Now, again, you don't know what you don't know. I'm not mad at these people, but I am going to say that they're wrong, and it's okay to say that someone's wrong when you know what works and what you see what works. This doesn't mean it can't have validity. It's not wrong in the sense of it's wrong all the time. It's just that it can't be the only way to get better from chronic anxiety and chronic OCD. Because when you're deathly afraid of your fears, being stuck forever, fear, absolutely thinking that what happens if you never feel love, ROCD, POCD and HOCD, societal rejection, stuff like that, fear of being a bad person, that is going to just turn the heat up. Anxiety is going to cut right through that. You can create some distance with the way you feel, or thoughts and allowing it to be there, but overall, you'll probably have to break it down with unconditional self-like, other acceptance. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, I go through all my comments and all the people that comment, and I answer back to some degree. And have a great day.